Well, good morning, everyone. This is Michelle from Michelle's Ink and Stampit, and today I am going to talk about getting started for beginners with their journal. Oh, let me turn this other light on. That will probably help. And turn these others. Okay, let's try to. Hopefully, that's not too much of a glare. So yeah, I wanted to start. I just got my head in there. I wanted to start with some basics for beginner journaling. And you don't have to have a lot. You don't have to have fancy tools. You don't have to have much at all. I mean, really, if you have a pair of scissors, rulers, you don't have to measure with the rulers, but I use them for tearing. You don't have to have a paper cutter. You don't have to have anything, you can start with the bare basics. And I would say these are probably the bare basics. This is probably a little bit above basics, and so are these. But as long as you have a good pair of scissors, a craft knife, a ruler to be able to tear with, or measure with, whatever you want, and a good glue stick and a good glue. I also use the Beacon 3-in-1, but you don't have to have that. You don't have to have all that stuff. So one kind of glue will work. If you only have a glue stick, this is a permanent one. I've been really happy with this. It's photo safe. Sorry, that's my dog. It'll work on fabric. It's permanent, and it's photo safe, multi-purpose Scotch Create glue, the glue stick. And I get the big size. This is a 1.4 for either 40 grams or 1.41 ounce. So yeah, I just thought I would start off talking about this. I'm going to do a whole series, so this will be video 1, and I will only use these things. I won't use anything else. I won't use a paper trimmer. I won't use anything else. A stapler works. I did include hole reinforcers, but if you just have a little punch, you can get the 1/2-inch circle punch. Put that on there and then use your hole punch. I happen to have this one. An office one will do. If it's smaller, that's fine. You know, if you have the crocodile, you can do that too. But you don't have to have any of that stuff. I do use washi tape because it's a low-tack tape. It still will tear your paper. But it's sometimes when I want to adhere stuff down, I will use that. So I'm just going to cover this. This is a metal ruler. It has a cork on the back so that when you put your paper on there, it doesn't, under it, it'll stay up a little bit off of the thing. But when I tear, I turn it over and I use this side of the ruler. This little one is clear, so I can see through things, like if I want to measure how big, let's see if I get it the right way, how big this one circle is. Like at the widest point, it's probably 3 3/4. So you could see through it. So clear ruler is a good thing to have. And I also use this for tearing little bits and pieces. And we'll go over that later. Paper clips to hold things together as you're going. That's a good thing to have. The hole reinforcements. These are, you can get them in packs on Amazon for next to nothing, and you get like 500 of them. So I sponge them with I use this and my ink, and you can do them in different colors. So I have pages done of several different color ones that I keep on hand in my little book. I said paper clips. I have washi tape, either to use or to hold things in place while you're doing things. A good craft knife. This and this knife and these scissors came with this glass mat when I bought it, so that's why they're out there. A little stapler. You could buy the mini staplers at Office Depot. This is a small one. I think the Tim Holtz tiny attacher, they use the same staples. This is one I got from Close to My Heart, but I don't think they sell that anymore. This is a We Are Memory Keepers corner rounder. It does 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch, so I love that. Or you don't have to have that. You could just cut around your corners. Make yourself a little template if you get a credit card, and you can just trim right around those. Or you can make yourself a template and do different cuts on it. You can cut across to make corners for your tags, and that way you have a template. And if you cut each corner differently, then you'll just be able to flip it over and do it on the other side of your tag. So if this was your tag, you would put this up here and just trim around it. If it was straight across, you would cut there and then line it up on the other side and, cut across where that is. Make sense? Anything that I guess I should leave this down here, huh? That works perfectly. So you don't have to have these. They come in all different shapes and sizes. If you have a friend that has one, take it over, punch your stuff, and, make yourself a template of the ones you like. Easy enough. A bone folder of some sort. You get I like this one because it does a long edge to it, so I can get a good crisp swipe across if I'm folding my paper like that. That's a really bad, and I don't have any room on here to put it on. Let's do it right there. So you could just go across it and you get a nice crisp clean when you have a bone folder. Okay, but you don't have to have that. This works perfectly well. You could just go down the side. So you don't have to have all this stuff, but again, this is my art glitter glue and it dries clear. I recommend that you get some kind of glue that dries clear, whatever that may be. This doesn't warp my paper. This will warp my paper a little bit more, but after it dries, it's fine. When you do your bone folder over it to get the glue smoothed out, you're good. A lot of people will use sponges, and of course I don't see my sponge out here handy. But they're little sponge things that you can get. The Daubers, Tim Holtz, I think, makes them. I think there's some other companies that make some stuff too. I'll show you mine when I can find it. This is a from Picket Fence. This is a sponge or a brush. But you can get the makeup brushes at the Dollar Tree. They have them there. So you can get those if you want. Or just take a regular kitchen sponge, cut it up. You just daub it in the ink and go over it. So you don't have to have this. Ink, any kind of ink you have is fine. You don't want stays on. You don't want a permanent solvent-based ink. You want a dye ink for the sponging. Otherwise, the permanent ones are real dark and you don't have much control over them. This is a punch, but it's oval one. For my pockets, I like an oval punch rather than a circle punch, but you do what you want. This, like if I'm punching for my thumb hole prints or thumb hole things when I do a pocket, I like to use the oval rather than the circle. Personal preference, but look at here when I have my punch. I did it halfway, so now I have a little oval that I can use as a template. So that's that. This one is from Stampin' Up. My sister-in-law sells Stampin' Up. So I got that from her. And what else? Oh, These little bowls I use, so you turn it over. Oh, I guess I should have put a pencil in there. Okay, so you put your little bowl up wherever you want it. If you're going to do your half a circle or whatever. Let's see if I can go right in here again. Okay, so you figure out where you want it. Draw your bowl. And then you can just cut right in the thing. And again, you open it up, you have your circle template. You just draw a circle around any of those bowls. This one ended up being almost 2.5-inch circle. So you probably want to find some smaller things, but you know, anything that works, right? You got that one. This one ends up being a 1.25-inch circle. So if you have a little bottle, this one's even littler. Yeah, just a little bit littler, but about the same size. So, you know, you got that. Here's a circle in here, circle on the outside, right? 2 different size circles. You don't have to have all those tools to start out with. So I think I covered it all. We'll add the pencil in there. Put that there. And we got the credit card in there, so that's a good thing to have. And I will continue this on part 2, and we will go into some basic journal making. Great beginner journal, starting with, we'll probably just use maybe a couple of digital papers, a couple of scrapbook papers, and a couple of book pages. We'll start out with that. We'll make a signature, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I will see you in the next video. Thank you for joining me. Be sure to like and subscribe over here. I'll put a couple of videos over here that you might be interested in. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. And I will see you later. Bye.